Welcome to the lunch session, Friday lunchtime. Couple of things, couple of administrative announcements. One is we have some events coming up. We're going to publish a schedule this afternoon so you'll know what the next 5, 10 events are so you can invite properly, okay? And you'll see that shortly. But great session this morning, everyone. Lots of breakthroughs, lots of excitement, lots of enthusiasm, probably still some trepidation maybe. Yeah, a couple of hands are going up. That's fine. You know, at this part of the course, that's sort of to be expected. We're expecting enthusiasm. We want you to ride that wave of enthusiasm. And guess what? You know, be prepared by this afternoon. You may be in the complete opposite place. This is boot camp. This isn't just, you know, play school. So you may get really high and then you may get really down. And you may get really high and really down. And you may not. But that's all part of it. So if you get slammed to the floor this afternoon, don't worry about it. It's just stuff to move through. Everybody okay with that? Yeah? So good. So we'll work at that. What we're going to do this afternoon is we're going to start moving out of the room into the streets. Okay, now this is optional. We strongly recommend you do it, but we're not going to force anybody to do anything here. But what we're going to offer is an opportunity to go out live and do some live prospecting. Who's excited about that? Oh, that's almost everybody. Who's like going, yeah, okay, so most people are excited. That's good, healthy, huh? We're going to have some fun. We're going to make some money. We're going to make some new friends. Wouldn't it be cool for you this afternoon to meet somebody outside your normal circle? Like if you've got a little run that you do, you know, you do this church and you do this thing and that thing and here's your hobbies. You're going to meet somebody extraordinary that you would never bump into, and you're going to become lifetime friends. You're going to become business partners. You're going to get rich together. Your families and your children and your grandchildren are going to know each other. You're going to share exciting adventures. You're going to have personal breakthroughs, professional breakthroughs, and it's all happening about an hour and a half from now.
Woohoo!
Yeah?
Your grandchildren will marry.
Yeah. Can you guys see it? Can you hold that as a possibility? Yeah? So look, wouldn't it be good if we're going to do this thing, wouldn't it be good to be good at it? Maybe have some skills, maybe have a framework to hold it in, maybe have even a clear objective for why we're doing this. Matter of fact, why don't we start there? So let me ask a question. Why are we doing this? Why are we going to go out and do some bump into prospecting? Robin?
So please don't get an answer, so we need a message for 30 people that it's
Beautiful.
So frustrating. Only got 2 people that spoke to them.
So Robin's saying, at least I'll get an answer. I've dialed up all these people and I get message machines. This will be yes or no. This is
your rejection tolerance is going down, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to go out there and I want to talk to people. I'm tired of that phone not giving me what I'm looking for. That's beautiful.
Yeah, very clean. Very clean. Very clean. Yes?
I think one of the other things too is well, I'm still new. I started in June. I'm still working my warm market too.
Yeah.
So this is going to be experience. And I've done, hey, I met this lady at the dog park and yay, great.
Yeah.
But this is on a bigger scale.
Okay.
So it's going to build a cold market.
Beautiful.
Be able to do that.
So we're going to build the cold market.
Yep.
You worked your warm market.
And
Get ready to build the cold
it's out
market.
of the comfort zone.
And it's out of the comfort zone. Who else is excited about getting out of your comfort zone? How many of you thought 2 days ago you'd be excited about getting out of your comfort zone? You know, I don't see any of the same hands going up. So here's part of the power. Part of the power is you're in a dynamic community. You're in an exciting situation. How many of you feel completely supported? Yeah, almost every hand in the room is going up. Guys, here's part of the magic. You're living it. You're in the zone. And guess what? When you go home Monday or Tuesday or whenever you're going home, you can regenerate this. You can recreate this. And how would you do that? Anybody? How would you keep this alive?
Practice. Talk to you guys.
Practice? Yeah.
Have people over and make calls.
Have people over. Make calls out of your living room. How
Talk
about
to your team.
stay connected to this team? You think that'd be a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Baby.
So we got videos and all that, but you know, that's good. But that's kind of static in the past. How about a dynamic daily check-in where we're all together on the phone, sharing breakthroughs, sharing fears, sharing stories, trials, tribulations. How about that? Yeah. Yeah? Anybody up for that game? Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to publish that later. We'll have a daily call for you guys to participate. And bring your new people, too. Why not? Let them in on the fun. Why be stingy?
We gotta make sure we get a family photo with all of us together, and we'll put that in our boot camp yearbook, you know, and document some of these stories, and, you know, it'll be fun. I apologize, I was unable to be in the break meeting where you all were sharing your stories. I had a time-sensitive thing that I had to take care of. But I want to just see the hands of anybody that felt a breakthrough, like you felt it. You knew something shifted in you. Wow. That is amazing. And I have to tell you, that was so exciting to see you all in that room making those calls. Because how many of you have had team members that you've hoped to get to do that, and it just doesn't seem to happen? And Michael and I were looking at each other going, this is beautiful, man. This is how people get wealthy, doing what you're doing. This is it. There's no secret. It's just this. So, thank you, breakthroughs. All right, so back to you.
Yeah, so let's talk about hitting the streets. Okay, let's start in a kind of a reverse way, or a sort of intuitively backwards way. Because, you know, if I came to a session like this, I'd be thinking, well, these guys are going to build me up and give me confidence, and, you know, I'm going to feel strong when I leave here to go hit the streets. But let's not start there. Let's actually start from a different place. Let's start from the place of what has you frightened, worried, doubtful, scared, any of that. Anybody. Now, you know, be brave, but just tell us the truth. What's going on when you think about talking to a stranger about that? What it is?
I don't know what you said.
And if you're going to say more than like a couple of words, we're going to ask you to come up here and share it with the microphone and the camera. But if you just got a word like, you know, rejection, just shout it out. Anybody?
Rejection.
Rejection. Hey, that's
They won't
original.
like me.
They won't like me.
They think I'm a gross, needy pervert.
They'll think I'm a gross, needy person.
Not a
Pervert. Pervert.
She didn't want that on tape.
They won't hear me. Now, this is from somebody, if you're watching this is from somebody who has laryngitis, right, today. They won't hear me. And they may not. Anybody else?
Not effective.
Not effective. I'll waste my time, maybe. Or I'll do it wrong. Anybody got I'll do it wrong? They'll think I'm stupid. They'll think I'm trying to sell them something. They'll think I'm, like, a bad person. I'll think I'm a bad person. Anybody? Yeah? I actually am pulling for your very worst nightmare. Like, you know what? I'm going to do this, and the cops are going to come haul me away. You're just thinking that? Don't hold out on us here.
I'm going to realize that I left my pants at home.
So, look, I want you to just sit for a minute, and you don't have to share this, but what is the worst thing that could happen? You know, they could kick you in the knees and grab your clipboard and start beating you over the head, right? I want you to get outrageous of how bad it can happen, right?
Okay, I got one.
They're going to have a fire hose and nail you against the wall. Yeah.
They're gonna find out where I live. They're gonna find out where I live. They're gonna come and kill my dog.
Okay. See? They're going to come and kill.
Right?
Yeah, it's a game. It's a game.
If that's the worst thing that could happen.
Okay, guys, so you yes.
I think the idea, or the fear of being known as this obnoxious group that's like
Okay.
taking over the town,
Okay.
trying to like,
Drink the Kool-Aid. The fear of being known as an obnoxious group that is annoying people or taking over the town. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, here's the purpose of this. This is not to dwell on the negative. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to do the total opposite of that. Okay, so what could happen? I mentioned one earlier. You could make an acquaintance that turns into your very best friend. Your families become generational sort of relatives. You're in business together. You get wealthy together. You make a difference in the world together. Right? Is that entirely possible?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm going to ask you, is it entirely possible, I'm not saying probable, that they'll think you're part of a cult trying to take over the town or they're going to kill your dog or whatever? That's possible too, isn't it? Now, here's the thing. You have a choice in this moment as to how you leave this room and go approach that. You can believe one, you can believe the other. Which one's going to empower you more? You choose. I'm not saying either one's true. Probably neither of them are true. I mean, maybe. But if you're running on fear, if there's something residing in you that they're going to come find me, find my dog and kill him, how are you going to be presenting yourself to somebody? Probably from that place, and how are they going to react? Probably from that place, this person's weird. But if I come from the place of, you know what, I am just out trolling for my new best friend, and I'm so open to what you have to say, and, you know, how are they going to receive that? Wow, there's somebody who's open and presenting themselves in a loving way, and, wow, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to, you know, yeah, hi. Right? So you choose. You choose. So I want to set that as the context for about what we're about to do. Okay, so everybody chosen? I'm not going to ask you what you chose. I think I know this group. We know what we chose. But now let's talk about some technique. Let's talk about how we're going to do this. And David, I'm going to ask you if you can share maybe your insights or some things that would help folks. And then maybe we can take some questions, and then we'll move on to the next part of the program.
Okay, framing your activities, putting it into context. I said this morning. This is really important that you do this when you're out sampling. How that first impression that you make is really hard to erase. So make a good one, right? And here's how you make a good one for recruiting. For product sampling, if you're just selling product, I don't know how to do that one well. But for recruiting, what you want to do is you want to say, I'm a businessman or businesswoman, say that. Expanding my market into this area. Or expanding my business into this area. I'm sorry, expanding my business into this area. Expanding my business into this area. And I like a hands-on approach. I've got about 50 people out here exposing my business in this town right now, but I want to do it personally. I've got about helping me? Yeah, I've got about 50 people in my team out bringing awareness to my business. But I want to do it myself. I own this business. I'd like to get some feedback from you. How does that feel? No, you're smart. Do you understand the context? I just shaped a perception of myself, right? Whose team is this? Mine. Say mine. Whose team is this? Mine. Okay, so I'm on your team, he is on your team, we are all out working for each other, right? So you just raised the bar many notches when you say something like that. Like, oh, talking to the boss here. Well, yeah, I'm the boss of my own business. You know, not that you have to say that, but that's exactly what's happening. So once you have that frame, whatever you paint in it almost doesn't matter at that point. You've already stated what's happening, and now it's just filling in the dots. It's kind of like those color by number things. Remember those?
Paint by numbers.
Paint by numbers? Yeah, paint by numbers. You already know what the picture's going to look like, don't you? But you get to do the coloring. Well, once you create the context, like I just did, they already know what's going to happen. Now you're just filling in the colors. So it gets so much simpler. And so I would encourage you to start there. Just get an impression of who you are and why you're doing this. you know, we are business owners, right? And we are out doing it ourselves, not just asking our team to do it, we're doing it ourselves. It just raises people's impression of either going to listen better, and they're much more likely to cooperate. You are a brave soul putting that Mac on the floor. Oh my goodness, you are so brave. Nobody step on her nice Macintosh. That's beautiful. It's not going to work. Okay, so, no, you can do that.
No, it doesn't reach.
Oh, it doesn't reach. Okay. All right. So, any questions on context or framing? Any comments or questions on how do you properly do that, or why do you do it that way?
Would you just say the line again for people who just got in?
Yeah, could somebody write this down because I'm going to forget it. It's going to be different this time than last time. I'm a business owner expanding my business into this market. I've got a team of about 50 people out today bringing awareness to my business. But I'm a hands-on person. I want to do it myself. And I'd love to get some feedback from you. Does that sound fair enough? Is that pretty close to what I said? Okay. Okay, great. All right, so who's going to get up here? I want a few people to come up and say that. Role play. Come on, brave souls.
Come up this way. Come on, who's up?
Come on, let's go, guys. Can they borrow somebody's notes if they don't have it written down? Or you got it, William? Pretty good? Oh, no telling it again. You can read hers. Who's got it memorized? You stay right here. Okay, come around this way. Don't come this way because of the camera. Okay, so you listen to them. If you've got it, go ahead and share. Come on into camera.
Am I role playing here, or am I just?
You're role playing with him. Actually, role play with him. Let's do that.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you today? Good. Good. You have a minute? Excellent. Listen, I'm doing a little survey here. I'm really excited. I'm here from Western Massachusetts, and got my own business happening here right now. I've got 50 people in my team that are working in this business. Sorry, you don't mind if I touch you, right? I'm a warm and fuzzy guy. This is Boulder, right? Just wanted to ask you. First of all, I should tell you that I like to do things hands-on. So with my business, I'm actually doing a questionnaire. If you could take a minute, I'm going to give you this lovely little treat. Yeah, okay, great. And then bloody.
Okay, good. All right. Hold on. Let's go give her an applause. Now, any feedback? Let's give some feedback. What did you like? What are some things you might offer as suggestions as we're doing this?
I like the touching.
Okay.
It makes it more personal, and I think that helps you connect with people.
Excellent.
I like the touching because it helps you connect with people, but I have to say from my viewpoint, there are boundaries, and you'll feel whether people want you close or not.
Yeah.
But that's why I excused myself and said, I'm kind of a Boulder, and that's, warm and fuzzy stuff.
Excellent. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Let's give Shelley another. Okay, are you ready, William? Sure. Okay. Come on up, Michael, and he's gonna prospect you.
Hello, my name is William.
Hi, William.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Well, I'm a businessman, and we're expanding into this area, and I'd like to get a little feedback from you. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. So.
How long is it going to take?
Just a couple of minutes.
Okay, great.
That'll be all right?
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is do a little survey,
All right.
and then at the end of the survey, I'll give you these samples. How does that sound?
What kind of samples?
Samples of our products.
Okay.
All right? And
That's okay. All right, let's give him applause. All right, now, let's talk about what you liked about what he did and offer any suggestions that he might be benefited by. Go ahead.
Well, he said, we have a business, it wasn't his. So
Oh,
I just
okay.
offer owning
I didn't catch
that
that.
it's your business.
Okay, excellent.
Just repeat it in the microphone.
she said that I said we instead of I, so I wasn't really owning my business.
Excellent. I didn't catch that. Very good. How do you feel about that?
It's good.
Good suggestion.
You introduced yourself yourself, but you didn't ask his name. So I would just recommend, hi, my name's William, what's your name?
Okay,
Because people like to recognize.
Sure.
excellent.
Do you want to repeat that?
She just said that I said my name but did not ask his name.
Excellent. I might add that start by saying, I'm a businessman expanding
My business.
my business. You got a couple minutes.
Okay,
So they know right up front what's happening here.
okay,
And then say, I've got about 50 people out in my team of bringing awareness to my business.
okay,
But I want to do this myself too.
okay.
Would you mind if I get some feedback from you? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give them a chance to do it again and incorporate whatever parts of this are natural to you, you do. Put it in your own words, William.
Hello, my name is William Hunter.
Okay.
What is your name?
Michael Moore, yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm a businessman expanding my market in this area, and I'm wondering if you would be willing to give me a little feedback.
How long is it going to take?
A minute or two?
Great, okay, sure.
Great. And,
That's okay. Then you could just go right to your questionnaire. Now you don't have to remember anything. Say, great, well, let me just ask these. So you don't have to remember that, William.
great. And so we go through the questionnaire. We have these samples for your time.
Excellent. Well, let me give you some feedback.
Yeah.
If I didn't know you and you came up on the street
Yeah.
and did that,
Uh-huh.
I would be interested.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. That's what we want to hear. Woo! And I trust Michael's,
You're very upset.
thank you. You're good. If you can go that way.
You're sweet. You're very sweet.
Excellent. Okay, so you get to do your
Make use of it. Seriously, people want to do that.
partner here.
Can I ask you? I know.
Now he's going to sample you.
Oh, but can I skip
You wanna
first?
go
Oh, you want to go for?